Easy English audiobook.
Cinderella. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there was a kind and gentle girl named Cinderella. She lived with her father, who loved her very much. Her mother had died when she was very young. Her father thought she needed a mother, so he married again. But the new stepmother was very mean, and she had 2 daughters who were also very unkind to Cinderella. After Cinderella's father passed away, her stepmother and stepsisters made her do all the hard work in the house. They made her cook, clean, and wash the clothes. They treated her like a servant. They called her Cinderella because she often got covered in ashes from cleaning the fireplace. Every day, Cinderella worked from morning until night. She cleaned the floors, washed the dishes, made the beds, and cooked the meals. Even though she was tired, she never complained. She remained kind and gentle. Her only friends were the mice and birds in the garden. She talked to them, and they cheered her up. Cinderella. Hello, little friends. You always make me feel better. The birds and mice loved Cinderella because she was kind to them. They would sing to her and help her with her chores. One day, an announcement came from the palace. The king was having a grand ball, and all the young women in the kingdom were invited. The prince was looking for a bride, and he hoped to find her at the ball. Cinderella's stepsisters were very excited. They tried on their best dresses and made Cinderella help them get ready. Drizella. Cinderella, iron my dress. It must be perfect. Anastasia. Cinderella, fix my hair. I want to look beautiful for the prince. Cinderella worked hard to make her stepsisters look beautiful. She dreamed of going to the ball herself. She asked her stepmother, "May I go to the ball too?" Her stepmother laughed and said, "You, go to the ball? You have nothing to wear." Cinderella's stepsisters also laughed and said, "Look at you. You are dirty and ragged. You cannot go to the ball." Cinderella felt very sad, but she did not give up hope. She finished helping her stepsisters and watched as they left for the ball. After they were gone, she went to the garden and cried. Cinderella. Oh, how I wish I could go to the ball. Suddenly, a bright light appeared. It was her fairy godmother. Fairy godmother. Why are you crying, dear Cinderella? Cinderella. I want to go to the ball, but I have nothing to wear and no way to get there. Fairy godmother. Don't worry, my dear. I will help you. She waved her magic wand and said, Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. First, she turned a pumpkin into a beautiful golden carriage. Then, she turned the mice into horses, a rat into a coachman, and the lizards into footmen. Finally, she touched Cinderella's ragged clothes with her wand. Her clothes transformed into a gorgeous gown, and glass slippers appeared on her feet. Fairy godmother. Now you can go to the ball, but remember you must leave before the clock strikes midnight. That is when the magic will wear off. Cinderella. Thank you, fairy godmother. I will remember. Cinderella climbed into the golden carriage and went to the ball. When she arrived at the palace, everyone was amazed by her beauty. The prince saw her and was enchanted. He could not take his eyes off her. He asked her to dance, and they danced all night. Cinderella felt like she was in a dream. Prince. You are the most beautiful girl I have ever seen. What is your name? Cinderella. I cannot tell you my name. Prince. Then I will call you my mystery princess. As the night went on, Cinderella and the prince danced and talked. She forgot all about the time. But then, the clock began to strike midnight. Cinderella remembered her fairy godmother's warning. Cinderella. Oh no, I must go. Prince. Wait, please don't go. Cinderella quickly ran out of the palace. As she hurried down the steps, one of her glass slippers fell off. She did not have time to pick it up. She jumped into the golden carriage and raced home. Just as the clock struck midnight, the magic wore off. The carriage turned back into a pumpkin, the horses turned back into mice, and Cinderella's beautiful gown turned back into rags. The prince picked up the glass slipper and said, I will find the girl whose foot fits this slipper. She will be my bride. The next day, the prince and his servants went to every house in the kingdom. They tried the slipper on every young woman, but it did not fit anyone. Finally, they arrived at Cinderella's house. Her stepsisters tried to squeeze their feet into the slipper, but it was too small for them. Stepsisters, "It fits me. No, it fits me better." Prince's servant, "Every young woman must try the slipper." Cinderella watched from the kitchen. She wanted to try the slipper too. Cinderella, "May I try it on?" Stepsisters, "You? It will never fit you." Prince's servant, "Every young woman must try the slipper." He gently placed the slipper on Cinderella's foot, and it fit perfectly. Prince, "You are the one I have been looking for." Cinderella, "Yes, I am the girl from the ball." Cinderella smiled and took out the other glass slipper from her pocket. The prince knew she was the girl from the ball. Prince, "Will you marry me?" Cinderella, "Yes, I will." Cinderella and the prince returned to the kingdom and got married in a grand ceremony. They lived happily ever after, and Cinderella's kind heart and gentle spirit were celebrated throughout the kingdom. As for the mean stepmother and stepsisters, they were left to realize the error of their ways, learning that kindness and love always win in the end.